And welcome everybody to episode 30 of the Livin Life Podcast with your host Rick and
Jerre.
Give a round of applause. Thank you. So welcome everybody to another episode, podcast number 30. We had recorded this yesterday, but unfortunately audio technical difficulties and whatever plagued us yesterday. And just to let you guys know, look, Papa iMovie, it was ready to go, had the whole music, had the transition. I even put audio will correct itself eventually, but it never did. So we have to redo it again. We lost all the audio from Jerre. We had no audio from Jerre. It was just me going, ha 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 ha. Oh yeah, huh? Oh, and that's it. It was horrible, especially when you're just like, I wasn't even gonna look at it. I was just gonna put it up.
I know. I'm happy I told you to.
I was like, it's good, it's perfect. You know, you and me, perfect. And then as she's like, Jerry's like, what if, like, let's just watch it and see if it's good. What if it's like messed up? And I was just like, why was it gonna be messed up? I was like, it's perfect. Like, we did a good job. So then Jerry starts watching it, and then like and then in the middle of the whole podcast, no audio from Jerre whatsoever. Like, she's just like a robot. Sad news. So anyways, what we were talking about yesterday is that I was broken and Jerre is sick. Yeah. So we got sick Jerre and broken Rick.
Yes.
So what we were talking about, it sucks having to go through the whole thing. It's like reading off a script. But what was it? The day of Christmas.
After Christmas.
No, the day of Christmas.
No, Christmas you were fine.
No, I know. I was perfectly fine. Like, I was healthy. Yeah. But the day of Christmas, I was soldering my dumb computer from my car.
Oh, yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
So I was soldering the computer for like 4 or 5 hours. So
yeah.
I was, hunched over, bent over, getting my little soldering iron, getting those little capacitors on there, soldering them into the computer. And it was more of a pain to get them out than to put the new ones in. So, I spent like 4 or 5 hours bent over, hunched over like that. And then the next day, I woke up and I could not, like, bend. Like, I was stuck, like, in a sitting position. I woke up in a sitting position, and then when I got up, I could not straighten my back. And when I tried to straighten my back, like, I got a cramp, like, just gripping me. And it just, an excruciating pain. We were out. Where did we go? We went to go eat tamales, right? From my parents again. So we wanted to go back to have breakfast at my parents. And then, I started noticing that my back was hurting. And then when I got home, that's when the pain really started. I tried to lay down in the bed. I could not. I was in pain. I was crying, literally in tears.
Sorry. It was funny.
No, I know. No, it's funny. It is funny.
It was funny because Armin was like, thought you were playing, and he was like, you're like, oh.
And then he kept on shoving me. Meanwhile, my back is just like tightening up even more.
And you're screaming,
let me go. I was like, no, because it was funny to me because I was in so much pain that it was funny to me, and then at the same time it was hurting me, so I was tearing up while I was laughing.
You were just a big ball of emotion that night. That night was just terrible.
And then to top it all off, Jerre ended up getting sick. It started kind of like the day of Christmas.
No.
I think towards the end of the night, you were kind of like getting stuffy and getting tired, weak.
No.
Yeah.
No. It started like the day after. Or the like a couple of days after. No.
Cause I thought you had gone to work sick already.
No, I went to work sick on Friday.
Was it Friday?
I started Thursday.
Oh.
I started Thursday, and I started to
okay.
feel my sinuses, my teeth hurt, and everything like that, and that's when I kind of like started to feel weak and get tired, and like I don't want to do anything, and then,
So yeah, that's why we haven't been posting anything other than the holiday. We're supposed to do one Christmas Eve just to
New Year's Eve.
No, Christmas Eve. We're supposed to do one Christmas Eve, but then we ended up not doing it because I had to get all my son's stuff ready for the next day. You know what I mean? So that's why we didn't do any videos, and then we're just doing last minute shopping for my parents to find them some stuff, which was good because we found everything that we needed. The only thing that we're missing is our beautiful niece in New York still. So hopefully we can get her some. I was just thinking of sending her money, just Venmo.
That's the easiest thing.
Because I mean, if I get her a gift card from Amazon, yes, there's a lot of stuff on Amazon, but I'm pretty sure, some money.
Well, she's not gonna.
She's gonna be able to do whatever she wants with it. Yeah. So maybe even save up for her phone.
For her cell phone.
If you're watching.
She's gonna.
You know what? I would have sent her our old phone. Our old iPhone 8. I mean, it's an iPhone 8. It's still kind of brand new. But we can't find it. I can't find it anywhere in this house. So I don't know what our son did to it or what you did to it.
I didn't do anything to it. Don't you even go there because it was my phone.
I know it was your phone, but still, I had got you a new phone.
I mean, well, we needed an upgrade.
Yeah. And then we were going to keep it for this guy, our son, but he's nowhere near responsible. He'll just drop it and crack it and it'll be over. But we can't find it. Yeah. So, sorry, Ariana, but don't worry. We'll get you your cash.
Yeah.
I'll send you cash if you're watching this. All right. I hope you guys like the new back screen. I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Hope you guys like the new back screen. I created a new back screen on our days off of the podcast. Makes it look a lot cleaner. I think it looks a lot cleaner and better. I really didn't like those little cubes that was on there.
Yeah, I was too busy.
Yeah, it looked too crazy.
Too busy.
And this is nice and simple. I don't know about the yellow font still.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
But we'll see how it goes. Let us know in the comments if you guys like the new little back screen. Our pictures are a little bit smaller, but I'm thinking of just transitioning more. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. So let's get this show on the road. Did we miss anything that we were supposed to talk about on the that we were
Don't forget, I mean, like we have it. It's not like we posted it and then
I know, but I want to get, because I feel like the last podcast was great. We went like 45 minutes.
Well, yeah, because of the stuff we talked about.
I know, but I feel like now because we're gonna re-talk about it, we're not gonna.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think so.
All right, we'll see. All right, let's get this show on the road. So, you remember the old internet?
Yeah.
Do you remember MySpace?
Yeah.
Do you remember Flickr?
Yeah.
I don't, because I never used it.
No?
No. So we found this article of all places. Well, we got it on Dig, but it's from BuzzFeed. Says the old internet died and we watched and did nothing. Of course we didn't, because we don't own it. What are we supposed to do? So we were reminiscing on the last episode of all the great websites and stuff that we used to do online, which is crazy. Yes, Dad. I can't play right now, Dad. We're doing the podcast, but I'll play after. Okay, promise. High five. Have a seat in the room.
Just wait for us, okay?
Our son wants me to pass these levels all the time, and it's just like
he wants me to do it too, and I'm just like, I don't know how to play. I don't know how to play. I don't know how to play that game.
He wants to be a gamer, but he doesn't want to game.
Yeah.
All right, getting back to the subject. So yeah, our old internet stuff. and I had talked about, what did I talk about? Like how I came to
Well,
use a
yeah.
computer. Well, let me go back into that story again.
By all
Again,
means,
again. I feel like I'm
go.
just repeating myself. Like I told you this yesterday. You don't remember? No. So yeah, when I was a kid, my my first interaction with computers was Macintosh, and this was in school, elementary school. We used to have those black and white Macintoshes, little boxes, and then they had like the little floppy drives in there, so you can load up the games. And so yeah, that was my first introduction to computers. This is just Macintosh, and it was like the first iteration of OS, so like their little icons. You could type in there. You can. I don't think there was internet on them, but there were video games for them, which was cool. So that was my first ever experience on a computer. After that, my uncle, my cousin Carlos, they used to have these old, super floppy computers, like floppy, like the first floppy disk, not the hard disk, the floppy disk. And we used to play games on this, like Prince of Persia and stuff like that, on our MS DOS computers. And then my uncle ended up selling my dad a computer, and we had it in the house. And that's how I learned MS DOS. That's how I learned how to, find files on the computer without looking at Windows. And that was my first transition into computers, that owning one. And then shortly after, my dad ended up buying me um, an actual computer, a Windows 95. And it was a CTX computer. And I remember logging in the first time to the internet on that computer.
It's crazy.
With AOL, with my 30-day free trial. And I remember it was some good times. That the first website that I ever went to was comedycentral.com when I first logged into AOL.
They have a website?
They had a website back then. And what was cool about the website is that you can watch you were able to watch some South Park clips.
Oh, really?
Not like episodes. Not like
now.
how it is now,
Yeah.
but you would see like Eric Cartman saying some dumb stuff,
Yeah.
And those pages used to take like hours to load with the 56K dial-up. And then I remember my parents being all upset because I was using the internet, and they would get no calls. But then sometimes the people would call, and the call would come through and disconnect me off the internet, and which was a pain in the butt. So yeah, sometimes the call would come through, and I would lose connection. I would get so mad because I was trying to download. At the time, we had Napster. We had Napster, and I'm trying to download like this one song, like from like Eazy-E, and like it would not download because people kept on calling the house. It was the worst. It was the worst. Do you have any experiences like that from old computing?
No, not too much.
So then, you had
not as much as you.
You had websites, not websites, but programs like LimeWire. You had FrostWire. You remember those?
Yeah, I remember those, and I remember like because I used to like download the software from like a website of some sort. I don't remember like how. I don't remember how I would get the LimeWire, but it was like that meme where it's like like you give your computer AIDS for the day just to get those tracks, those MP3 tracks. It's true, because like when I would download the software, my dad would get all upset because I would get viruses on his computer. And he would like ban me from his computer. But I mean, it's okay, because I mean, like I would go to my other friends' houses and
get viruses on their computers.
Yeah, it wasn't my computer, and then and then I would go to like little like computer shops and like computer labs and like
and start downloading from stuff from there and rip the CD. But
Yeah.
all you would do is take the CD, huh? Right?
Yeah, all you
blank
do is
CD?
take the blank CD, and then the computer lab already had the programs installed, so you just gotta go and search for your
Rip
songs
it
and rip, and that's it, and get out.
and just
But it
pay
was
the
cool.
dollar to
It
be
was
in
the $1 for an hour. You already go in there. Like, that's how I used to do. Like, I used to have a little list already, like, written down of songs that I wanted to look up.
Yeah.
And I would just look those up, burn my CD, and I was gone. I was out. But yeah, good times. Sorry, Dad.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember MySpace.
Dude, that's another thing too, is that MySpace was so cool because, like, you were able to customize your own little page. Like, you were able to, like, you know, like, put a background, put a wallpaper, put, you know, like, little stickers or little, you know, little gifts that people saw that represent you, you know.
And what was cool is that, and on Facebook it was crazy. No, not Facebook. On MySpace, it was just like your close group of friends.
Yeah.
You never like had friends that were not on MySpace or whatever.
Yeah.
And they could in my case, that's how I learned how to, you know, not manage, but create certain things on websites. Where if you wanted a certain picture to pop up, you'd have to put it in a certain way.
A certain code.
Yeah, a certain code so you can get it on there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got started with the whole, you know, website stuff. And yeah, it was cool, you know, having your own little songs, little playlists, little stuff on there so you can get your friends to watch.
It was crazy because my parents were like really against me having, you know, a MySpace, because around the time that I had a MySpace, like, it was like really looked down upon by my parents and everybody. So like, they basically, when they found out that I had a MySpace, my dad like tried to block me from having one. So like, he made me, because I couldn't delete it. Yeah. So he made me change the password. So he changed my password. He had control over my password. But then I ended up figuring it out, and I was able to go in there and, you know,
see and
sorry, like, yeah. But, you know, I was a young kid. I mean, it was fun.
Yeah. And then you don't want to be out of the loop, you know?
No, I didn't.
Because your friends, you're like, oh, where's it, you know?
Yeah, like, oh, did you see the message I sent you on MySpace? Exactly. And then I did that too, but like, that's what I would try to like tell my parents is like it's not like, because my dad was really, because, you know, around the time that everything was going around, you know, that was like really, really big for sexual predators. Oh
yeah, that and AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah, like those like sexual predators like at the time were like hot.
Yeah, they'd just pose as like little girls or you know.
And my dad watched.
You know, I'm 15 or whatever.
Yeah, my dad would like sit down and like make me watch these insane stories.
Chris Hansen,
Dateline, How to Catch a Predator. And he made sure I paid strict attention on, you know, the keywords.
The keywords.
But, you know, I just try to like remind him, you know, I know who I'm talking to. I know that I'm safe. I'm not talking to somebody in a different country, you know. But still. But it was a good time.
It was funny because like, you would log in like to AOL Instant Messenger, and like you go into the chat room and like all the guys are just like posting up like age, sex, location, ASL. And then you'd just be like, oh, God. And then the girls would just be like, oh, hi. You know, how's it going? How's the chat room? And then you're just there. And you're just, you know, find somebody to chat with. You send them a, you know, oh, I want to chat or whatever. And then they reject you or they accept you or whatever. It's just crazy.
I've never had an AOL.
Well, AOL was similar to Yahoo Instant Messenger. But Yahoo was more, you know, your friends and your contacts. Like
your email, like your people that usually had already.
Yeah, they usually already had an account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then Yahoo Instant Messenger, usually my friends wanted to go on that one more because it had the emojis.
That was cool. And then you could change your font, remember? You could be able to change your font and like the color of it. Like,
and on AOL, I don't think you could do all.
No,
you could send like fancy certain things, but And then people started like doing like these like elaborate like text, like
Oh, with like the
pictures.
0 zeros and
Yeah,
yeah. I remember
yeah.
those. Wow,
Your poor internet.
I
Where'd you go?
know. Good times.
So yeah, MySpace suffered a longer, more painful death. By 2013, it became completely music focused. Although you could still log into your old account, your photos and data were still there. But in 2019, due to an ill-fated server migration, all pre-2015 profile content, hundreds of thousands of photos of seen hair taken with the Nikon Coolpix in the bathroom mirror, are gone forever. So a lot of the
Dang,
stuff
so that
on
means that our pictures are probably.
all gone.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that sucks. That sucks.
yeah. Flickr. I never used Flickr.
I use Flickr, but like how you said, to like upload,
A
just to
photo.
upload photos to the MySpace,
Yeah.
because they kind of work together.
So it says yes, Flickr still exists, but in late 2018, Flickr was sold off to its then owner Oath, the AOL Yahoo conglomerate, and that was bought by Verizon. The buyer was SmugMug, a photo hosting and printing site mainly used for professional photographers. In transition, Flickr users were given a few months to download their archives, upgrade to the paid SmugMug account, or lose all their photos except for their most recent 1,000. It's unclear how many Flickr users had over 1,000 photos on there to begin with. With nearly unlimited free storage, it marketed itself as a good way to back up your phone's photos. Yeah, I never used Flickr. WebShots, did you ever use WebShots?
No.
No, me neither. WebShots was founded in the mid 90s, but hit its stride in the early 2000s when digital cameras became more affordable, and it was bought by CNET, CBS. Then bought by American Greetings, it was sold back to original owners who in 2012 relaunched it as Smile by WebShots, turning it into the site of desktop wallpapers. Users were given just 2 months to notice that their photos could be downloaded, migrated over a new paid Smile account, or would be deleted permanently. And then Photo Bucket. So
I used
I
to use Photo Bucket.
I used to use Photo Bucket. I never used it myself, but I used it whenever you go into forums. People would upload their pictures, usually from Photo Bucket. So of their repair job. So they would take a picture step by step of what they did. But then now you log into, those old forums that hosted the old pictures from Photo Bucket, and they're gone because they were deleted. So usually when you see an old repair guy, a guy repairing his car and all the pictures he had uploaded, now they're gone. So in 2017, Photo Bucket announced that hot linking, hosting the photo there to display on a different website, would only be allowed for paid accounts. The new price was $400 a year, which is insane. Hot linking feels archaic now, but hot linking with Photo Bucket hosting was used for posting to message boards, blogs, or even Amazon listings, leaving their old internet postmark pockmarked with missing photos. And it's true. Because again, you go to old blogs or old car repair stuff, like all the photos are gone.
Sad.
Yep. And blogs, well, you all know what blogs are.
Blogs are still around.
Yeah, blogs are still around. It's nothing that.
Or maybe they're just not as much as it was back in the
then,
day.
Yeah. Now it's more like vlog, video logs.
Mm-hmm.
WordPress is still around. We use WordPress for our site, and you can make that into a blog itself. Sorry guys. Live Journal, never used it, and it was sold to a Russian company. Zanga, never used it either. Tumblr adult content. So yeah, Tumblr. I used Tumblr before. I think only once to host like maybe one photo, and then that's it. But Tumblr was very popular because a lot of people used it for PORN, and they used to post a lot of PORN stuff and adult content. So after that, they removed all the adult content. Tumblr basically became useless for all those people that were using it.
All the pedos and cochinos.
Well, not necessarily pedos, but all the people that used to go on there just for adult content. Yeah. So that was terrible because like Tumblr was like a really good website for pictures for regular people
for adult content pictures.
Well, for them too, but that's what kept them alive. That's what got all the money, advertisers. But once their user rate went down, the advertisers didn't want to pay as much, so they ended up, almost going bankrupt. And then AOL officially sent to the glue factory in 2017. AIM had been placed for most people with other more friendly messaging services for a long time. If you remembered how to log in, you could download your old chat logs. Otherwise, they were all lost to the sands of time. When we signed up for these services in the 2000s, we naively trusted them. So that's very true. A lot of the stuff that you posted on there was like everywhere on the internet. It was crazy. Yeah, I mean, and then this brought into all the old programs that we used to watch. Like we used to watch.
That's our next story.
Yeah, I know, but this ties into that.
Oh, in the
like
past.
How we went like old school, and how we used to watch like these old programs. For example, we used to watch. Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about this stool, but it was bogus.
Hi, I'm Tony, and I'm an.
So we used to remember this show, Parental Control. So Jerry reminded me yesterday about all these other programs that were on MTV, such as Parental Control, where the parents would essentially hated their daughters or son's girlfriend or boyfriend. So they would try to find them another person that they thought was better for them.
They would like interview people like boys or girls,
Yeah.
and then pick
the best ones for their daughter or son to date.
Yeah, to go on a date, and then they ultimately have to like pick which one they want to be with, but versus.
So this is one of the shows right here.
And I'm Marcy, Tony's partner, and a stay-at-home mom. Our daughter Candace is absolute perfection. She's smart, she's beautiful, and she has a great future ahead of her.
Great future ahead of her.
Standing in her way.
And then the boyfriend over here. You remember that, babe?
Yeah.
Giant idiot.
This is Candace. They've been together for 1 year, and Candace thinks he's her rock star. But her parents think he's a...
So you remember that show?
Yeah.
They would get the big review at the end, who she would choose.
Yeah.
That's how it was too.
Corey, no question, you're really cute, but you just seem a little too wholesome for me. I'm gonna ask you to leave right now.
Too
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Poor Corey.
You're right, I am wholesome. I'm a good guy, and I'm too good for you.
Ooh.
Burn.
I really like your outgoing personality.
Hutch.
But at the same time, you seem a little distant.
It's so fake.
And Mitch, I do love you, and I love how you're always there for me. But sometimes, I don't think you get me.
So fake.
So I've made my decision. And the guy I choose is...
Who is it, babe?
I don't know.
Hutch.
Oh, there was the other boyfriend. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
No, the boyfriend got kicked to the curb.
Oh man, those were the rare instances when they choose somebody else
Yeah.
other than the original boyfriend. Oh man, I mean, and the reason why we were going into this is because with the other story that we saw. Let me close these two. It was this guy, Tavarish. He found a van that was on Pimp My Ride, and he kind of restored it. He didn't like fully restore it, but what was crazy is that he got it to look pretty close to what it was, and he fixed everything that was wrong with it. So here's the end look of how it looked, or the thing, the van, the thing.
Third gear.
And the van worked perfectly
It's
fine.
like a van. Doing 40 miles an hour. We have gas. Nothing rattling. And so the ABS light just went off. Apparently, all this car needs to fix itself is successful drive cycles with working brakes.
Yeah, with everything working, it just wants to confirm it twice, and then it starts working again.
Oh my! This is not the deluxe model. So you wanna, this. The people that helped us out are in advance.
So he went to.
They'll enjoy it.
You wanna go?
Let's go.
He had gone back to Advanced Auto Parts where they got him all the parts to fix the van,
There we go.
and like, yeah, pretty much showed him off all the stuff that was working.
Just in case you wanna, put your feet up. Give me the remote. We have a little dance floor action here.
That's so dumb.
Well, listen, this is not the deluxe model, but if you actually look on the ceiling, you can see
Got the lasers on the roof, is it?
laser show. There we go.
That's pretty cool there.
This is running. Actually, it's running very, very well because of you guys. So yeah, I just wanted to thank you and let you see all this stuff, and we're about to.
That's pretty cool. See, that's why I liked Pimp My Ride, is because of the speaker setup. Not necessarily like the engine modifications,
New rotors, pads.
but they would set up like the whole back end, like with like all like tons of speakers, tons of subwoofers, and it made it look like, like something cool that you want to show off like at a car show. And then so that's why I liked it when I was a kid. And I'm glad he was able to fix all the stuff. But my question to you yesterday was, would you buy a Pimp My Ride car that was not completely broken like this one and repair it?
Like, do what he did? Like,
Yeah, do what he
restore
did
it?
and restore it. You see it? You see the paneling in the back?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's what I used to like.
Uh,
Would you restore it, and then do you think the car would be worth more money?
it would have to take a lot more than that. It looks like the seats maybe have been lived in. So
they've been lived in.
yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, these seats are what, like more than 15 years old.
I mean, it would have to take a lot more than what he did. Like, the reupholstery inside, the dash, and, clean it up.
Clean it up.
Maybe, I don't know.
Cause I mean, I don't know if
Would
it would be
you?
worth any money.
I don't think so.
I mean, if I got it for if I got that van for like $800, and then I was able to fix it, then yeah, and not put too much money into it, then yeah. And then, I could gloat like, oh yeah, this van was in Pimp My Ride, Oh,
Like, yeah,
this car was in Pimp My Ride, homie. Yeah.
Right.
This was designed by the West Coast Customs, fool.
Car was made by Exhibit himself.
Was the original garage called West Coast Customs, or was it called something else?
I think it was called West Coast Customs.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's still in Burbank.
Yeah, it's still there. But yeah, I mean, I remember these shows. These shows were, Exhibit used to come out. But what was funny is that, yes, they fixed the cars up to look cool, and they gave it like all this like flashy stuff, but they never fixed the motor or anything that was like mechanically wrong with the car.
They're like, we don't want to be held responsible.
Yeah. And then it was all staged. It was all fake. Like yes, people would come in with their cars, but they'd have like a set house, like an MTV set house. So they would go in there and pose like if that was their house, and the car would already be there. You know, make it look all legit, but in
Yeah.
reality, like that's not where they live and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So and then I was reading that people that would submit their cars for repair, or not repair, but go through all the customs,
Yeah.
would take like almost 5 months for the car to even be fixed.
When they made it seem like it was like done with like in a few days.
Yeah, it was done within a week.
Yeah.
But no, they would take like 5 months and working on the car while this person has like no car in their regular home.
They're having to live in that that stage house.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I know. I miss all those shows.
And
Like
I mean,
MTV Cribs. Remember MTV Cribs?
yeah,
Dude.
MTV Cribs was tight. Pimp My Ride was tight. Monster Garage was cool. The one with Jesse James.
Yeah.
They used to get like different mechanic teams to, he'd give him like, oh, I want a van that does wheelies. And then he was like, and whoever does the van that has the wheel, does the wheelies will get like a whole tool set for their garage and stuff, which is pretty awesome. But I mean, it's all fake too. So
yeah.
So yeah, I miss those shows. Mythbusters, like the old Mythbusters. Anything else? Any other shows that you like? Oh, and then Jackass too.
Yeah.
Jackass back then.
Dude, I remember like you used to stay up late and they used to be to air the uncensored versions.
Oh,
remember?
Yeah, at night. Oh, dude.
Like during the day was a censored, and then during the nighttime was the uncensored.
The original Jackass.
And then they used to like show music videos like after 12.
Mm-hmm. The way they were supposed to.
I know.
But then they had the MTV. They had the different channels. So MTV Music.
Yeah, MTV2.
MTV2, MTV Music, and they would just play music videos all day.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Good time.
Good times.
Good time.
Good times. What else do we miss anything?
I don't think so.
No. Mm-mm. Remember the guy from West Coast Customs? He had like spiky hair.
Yeah.
Like super long spiky hair.
Yeah.
That was so dumb.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, if you guys reminisce the internet, if you guys remember all the good times and the bad times with viruses and stuff like that would go into your computer and made you reset the whole damn thing.
Sorry, Dad.
If you remember those good times, hit the like button for me.
Yeah.
Hit the like button and subscribe.
Yeah.
Because I remember. I remember that's how I learned.
I remember like it was yesterday. I still like have like post trauma going over to my dad's house, to going over to my parents' house and ask my dad to use his computer, and he looks at me like, "What are you gonna do?"
What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Virus?
yeah.
Virus?
Any little thing was you got a virus on my computer.
Mm-hmm. But that's how you learned how to use the programs. Like I remember with LimeWire. And Napster and FrostWire, you would look at all the programs and make sure that they did not have a .exe. So if it said, Nirvana, what do you call any song from Nirvana, and Nirvana song, and it'll say .exe, you have the wrong file. Or
see, I didn't know anything about like files like that, so I just was like
click,
right.
click.
click. And what would suck too was like it would start to download, and then you waited like this like super long time, and like it was no audio, or like you waited,
no audio, or it wouldn't play because the track was like
or messed CD. Up, or it was like it started to download and it was taking forever, and then it just crashed. It was like error, could not download, and you're just like.
And then, so yeah, that's how I learned about like formats like MP4, MP3, vid, .exe, which ones to download, which ones not to download.
Yeah.
So, typically a song would be like 3 megabytes, 4 megabytes. But then you saw like something that was like 15 kilobytes.
Well, remember when I used to go over to your house to burn CDs? Because remember you had
But see, I would tell you which ones to download.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You taught me kind of like
no,
don't download this.
Don't download this one. Download this one.
Yeah.
And then, sure enough, it would be like the song. Or sometimes you get like a completely different song than what was on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, remember all those songs that I had on my computer? It said Bob Marley.
Yeah, it's really sublime.
It's really like Sublime. Or it was what are the guys that sing Red Red Wine?
UB40.
Yeah, UB40. It'd be like Bob Marley, Red Red Wine.
I know. I remember when I saw that, I was just like, damn, do you know that this is not...
I was like, I know, but I just downloaded the song because I wanted Red Red Wine.
Oh my gosh.
But
the internet, the crazy internet.
So yeah, those were the good times of the internet. Back in the day. Back in the 90s. Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy. And late 2000s too.
Yeah, like mid-late 2000s.
Yeah, 2005 and stuff like that. That's cool. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys. The minivan. It went from... I know he did like little before and after
I think it's
shot.
towards the end, like the very end.
Was it that part?
Oh yeah,
it's right there.
so he kind of shows like how he did it.
So you like see exactly what he did. They like polish the headlights, kind of like what I did to your truck. He repainted all the bumpers, reinstalled them. It's a pain in the ass to put bumpers, man. So that's before and then after.
Yeah, from the looks of it before, definitely somebody was living in there.
Yeah. It was probably the same person that was on the show.
Probably.
What's crazy is that he got everything to work. The monitors, the floor monitor, the side monitors, the dance floor, even the head stereo unit, the one with the flip out screen. And then the other guy, I think he fixed the motor.
Look at that.
So yeah, tight,
Crazy.
tight. Whoa, what happened? Whoa, what happened? All right, so now let's continue on. Now we go into the memes for the new year. New year 2020.
New year.
Yep.
2020.
So the entire world on New Year's Eve and then me on New Year's Eve.
For real. Like, knock out.
Sometimes I can't even stay up till all that time.
Me either. I remember the last time we stood up for Try to stay up, I was torture for me.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that kept me going was seeing Post Malone at the concert. Because I was just like... So you're like, Post Malone's on.
Oh, oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, here's the next one. I hate when people ask me what I'll be doing in 1 year. Come on, guys. I don't have 2020 vision.
So dumb. People.
Gym companies on the 1st of January. And this is true.
Yeah.
LA Fitness, Planet Fitness, 24-hour fitness.
It's like they probably get like pumped up. Like pumped up.
Like, yes.
And like...
all the new subscribers.
Yeah. We're going to make them tons of money.
Yep. And then people forget. Like, they have like these gym memberships. They forget and then they never go.
Like us.
And then they charge for like a year.
Like us.
$24.99.
Like us.
Yep.
And we pay. Stupidly. We pay.
I used to go a lot.
Yeah.
But then, me and Jerry got married and
Blame
Jerry,
it on me.
I drag her to the gym.
Blame
He's
it
like,
on me.
Yes, I do blame it on.
Blame it on me.
Says everybody unboxing their new iPhones and AirPods. Me who got socks. It's the truth. And then this one is pretty funny. Xmas. You know, you get all the presents. You're all happy. The day between Xmas and New Year's Eve when nothing effing happens. And then New Year's Eve.
Then you're happy again.
Yeah, because you're all drunk and flushed. Flush faced. Look at that. So this one was cool. So this little girl used to take her dad's printer paper from the printer every day, and she would just draw and draw and draw. And the next thing you know, the dad's like empty on all the paper. So what he did for Christmas is that he wrapped a whole ream of paper for her, so that way she can draw.
And not use his paper.
Yeah, not use his paper. And she was so excited for it. Like, she even started dancing.
She started running around the house like, yeah, I got paper.
And then on top of that, she got her little coloring pencils and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Which is pretty cool. It's a heartwarming moment for the holidays. And then we got the pigeon who lures a man into a trap. So you got that pigeon right there. Let me make it full screen. So you got that pigeon. He's all like, "Come on, dude." Oh! But that's what he gets, like trying to kick the pigeon.
I know. Why would you try to kick a pigeon?
Like, come on, dude. He's just a bird. Like, dude.
The pigeon was like, "Not today."
Nuh-uh, bruh. Can't catch me. Whoa! Oh my god, it was funnier yesterday.
No.
Woo, woo, woo! Michael Jackson up in here. Look at the sick moonwalk. That was like a perfect slide too.
Dude, I wonder if they planned it.
Nah, that pigeon. For that pigeon to be right next to the paper and him to slide like that.
He's like, oh,
so embarrassing,
broke. That guy feels your pain, babe.
Mm-hmm. He's like, "Why are you laughing at me?"
Like, could you catch that?
And then this one, Jerry really wanted to have this one on. It says, when my wife thinks she's funny, had a vasectomy today. Swim team is officially retired. Snip, snip, hooray! Make love, not babies. The little sperm. Happy vasectomy day. And snip, but still equipped.
When you get your vasectomy, you're going to get one of those little boxes.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Yes,
I ain't going to have
are.
no vasectomy.
Yes, you are.
I'm going to be squirting my children every day.
That's the best birth control.
All I got was a bag of frozen peas. Oh, poor guy. I got frozen peas and an ounce of weed. Okay, yeah. Frozen peas.
Being used right now.
Oh, where the weed at? Man, some of these people. A bunch of potheads.
No, he said pod heads.
Oh,
Okay, I got jokes.
Yeah. The critic that blast from the past. Oh, what luck when French fries stuck in my beard. Oh. My husband calls this the big vasectomy lie. Before his own, all the guys he knew said things like, "Oh, I went back to work that day. No big deal." Or I used ice for a first day and then I was fine. No big deal. But after his vasectomy and subsequent testicle infection, and a week on the couch, then the other testicle getting infected, and another week on the couch, and the month of pain before he felt normal again. He said his guy friends would all tell him the real stories. I was on the couch for weeks. The ice didn't remotely help my pain. I couldn't ride my bike for 6 months afterwards. Oh.
The doctor didn't warn him.
The doctor didn't warn him either. No bueno.
So
I am not getting a vasectomy.
Sign you up for your vasectomy, huh?
Never. After watching Paternity Court and finding out that 90% of men who had vasectomy didn't go to the follow-up appointments at 3 months and a year to make sure that the sperm count is 0. So please do follow-ups.
See?
Dang. See, even that's not 100%, homie.
Well, no, they need to check it. It's just like when your tube's tied. Getting your tube tied is not 100%.
I know. Just like this is not 100%.
But if you
So
go
the
to your
safest
follow-ups,
way is to pull out.
yeah, right.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. Just kidding. Well, anyway, I think this is going to be it for the podcast. Podcast. I think this is it, right? Sorry to be all noisy.
Sorry, me too.
So, yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, you guys stayed to the end. If you guys did, type in the comments. What should they type?
Should Rick get a vasectomy?
Should Rick get a vasectomy? Type it up in the comments, guys, and that way we know that you guys are watching. If you're a true fan, you would type that.
True fan.
True fan.
True fan.
Or at least a true watcher of the podcast. So yes, thank you guys. Sorry about yesterday. We would have had one up if audio was working. But we went through everything we did yesterday. That was the whole thing.
Technology.
Yay! Thank you for saving all the tabs.
I know.
So again, guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great night, and we will be doing another podcast before the new year. What's today?
The 29th.
29th. So yeah, we'll do another one. We're supposed to do the second one today, but we had to do the one from yesterday again. So today. So, but we'll get another one. So yeah, guys, wherever you are, have a great night, and hopefully you guys had a great Christmas. If you guys don't celebrate Christmas, whatever you did, hopefully you had a great time. If you celebrate Hanukkah, hopefully you have a great time. If you guys celebrate Kwanzaa, hope you have a great time. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next podcast. Peace.